Welcome back to the channel. As you've seen from the thumbnail, in this video I'm gonna attempt to fix this gap here, which it's not a big problem at all if you don't care. Somehow I care, and unfortunately pretty much all F10s have this gap here between the door panel and the speaker cover. So this cover is of course coming from up here, right? And you can remove the panel, this stays on. You see down here there's a foam. It's a foam. This gap actually is not all that bad. I'm gonna go to the driver's side, show you what that looks out there and why it bothers me so much. Over on the driver's side, you see the gap is bigger. It's so big that there's even a little actual gap there, and you can see the cable. And yes, you can see it from the driver's seat. Of course, it's all black on black. If you don't pay attention, you don't really notice it. But it's quite a gap, and I just wanted to test a little part to see what it looks like, so you have an idea what to expect. And this is the little part. You can see it's like $1.42 plus shipping, so let's take it out and see if this fixes the problem or it's just a waste of money. To see here, you can literally look deep inside the panel here. That's just not nice. And inside this package is nothing more than two little frames to cover up. So I'm not really fixing the gap, because you literally can't. You can of course try to push the door panel a little higher, attach it, then try to pull the frame down a little bit, but that's just so much you can do. So instead of bothering with those, I literally just try to get one of these covers on here to fill in the gap. That for me fixes the problem of this unsightly gap. Once out of the box, you realize that yes, for $1.42, it feels just like that. So don't expect anything more than just something that covers it up, not a quality part. At least I'm somewhat happy that this kind of matches. Somewhat, it's kind of hard to pick up here because of the curvature of the part, but it is somewhat close enough the same color that I hope it would kind of match in there. And if I don't like it, I still have the chance to just paint it, maybe even wrap it, whatnot. Basically color change it to whatever I like. The problem is, I don't know which one is for the left or for the right side. It doesn't say anywhere on here. So I have to go and figure that out first. So I would say this one is for the driver's side door. Simply because if you try to assemble it here, right? Of course the almost 90-degree angle will be on the back side. Can't go anywhere on the front. Then we'll fit in place something like this, right? Looks like it fit, but it could of course also be the other part, because you can do the same. And the only difference is your little noses, right? On this one they would be up, and on the other one they would be down. And I would go with the ones pointing down, simply because this plastic here is not giving in, and you can actually slide it in, and then the noses will just snap in somewhere, hopefully, into the door panel. You see the gap, more or less, and the hope is, or the idea is probably that these noses just somewhat grab in there. But on the other hand, the idea could also be that these little ridges grab onto the plastic part here. This is harder, that's not going to give in as much as the door panel. And also this way, if you remove the door panel, this little frame will stay on the plastic here and literally only cover up the gap. So that's the dilemma I'm in. So I decided to attach it to the plastic piece here, and it doesn't look too bad, honest. It just pushes in, you push it in the front first, and it just like clips in piece by piece. But if you take a look on the outside, it does come a little bit close to where the window would go. It fits somewhat fine. This could be a little bit rounder, there's a little edge on there, but yeah, I mean the gap is closed. Let's see, I'm gonna like it day-to-day use. Fortunately, I have the Bang & Olufsen speakers, so it's not the first silver piece here. If I had the Harman Kardon or bass system, then probably black it out, so it just flows with it. But this way, out of the silver down here, it might not bother me at all. But most importantly, I can't look in here and see the cable anymore. I'm gonna do the other side, show you how I did it there. Like I mentioned, I installed it this way with all the little noses up, so it can attach to the plastic piece here. This one is the tighter gap, so let's see how I do it here. I have one hand only. I would push it into the front first. Oh, this is pretty tight. I'm not sure if I can do this with one hand. I'm gonna give it another try. This door panel is still sitting way better in place. Literally just squeeze it in. Just don't break on me. It didn't break. Looks like it just slipped by. And you just push it in. Again, two hands would be much better. You can't have everything in life, right? I have a little screwdriver here to push. A little more targeted, and there it is. And once you push it in, you notice here, so I have the window open, this pushes out quite a bit. You would want to put it back and position it where you want it to be, so it is somewhat flush. This ain't. This is better. So just like this, the gap is no more. The part is supposed to hold on the upper frame here. Of course, once you finish, you want to check your window to see that it's not rubbing there. Other than that, that is all. It's that easy. So let's quickly take a look from the inside, what it looks like. I honestly don't hate it, because again, I have a lot of silver here. On a luxury line car, it would probably look even better. There's an M Sport, but doesn't matter that much. Also over here. Let's see how I like it over time. If it's a little bit an eyesore, I can still paint it black. But overall, for less than $5, it's like shipping is about the same or even a little more than the part, which is always, ugh. But again, it is what it is. And especially because my gap here was so large that it bothered me. I'm happy about this right now. And many of you gonna say, hey, it's not a big problem at all, it doesn't bother me. And you're right, it doesn't. It's not a big deal at all. It's just a small little detail. Bothers some, it doesn't bother others. Did bother me on this side, not so much on the passenger side. Bothered me not to drop like $5 or something like this to fix it. There you have it. Not too bad. Worth the little money. If it was like $20, it would not be worth it. But like this, it takes 2 minutes to install, less than $5. Fits somewhat okay. If you don't like the look of it, just black it out and you're done with it. Well, it was a quick video, just so you know what it looks like. If you also have a gap that bothers you, this is one way to address it. I hope this was useful, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.